of the final of the fourth quarter. So this next team, they're a very good team. They got some experience, so they're going to have to use every little bit of that here tonight as well. All right, we are getting set here. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, Robbie's keys to a quick start as you're listening to Panther Rasp on KQMA and the World Wide Web. Well, don't have to worry about him dunking on him when he's not here. Solves that problem. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. With the defender in front of him. Just a minute here, Mark. Because we'll have to take time out for the national anthem too. Don't have to worry about him dunking on him when he's not here, right? You hear that, Mark, just a minute. Welcome back to Stoll Gymnasium. Jesse Ray alongside Robbie Gibson as we get set for the boys matchup. Starting tonight for Coach Rusink and the Norton Blue Jays. Number 2, a 5'8" junior, Matt Willauer. Number 5, a 5'11" sophomore, Silas Jones. Number 15, a 6'1" senior, Ryan Schrum. Number 24, a 6'2" junior, Drake Harding. And number 55, a 6'7" junior, Nolan Juniman. For the Phillipsburg Panthers, they're head coached by Keith Sides. Number 0, a 6' senior, Ethan Leidig. Number 2, a 5'11" senior, Kagan Keaton. Number 12, a 5'9" senior, Ty Sides. Number 21, a 6'1" junior, Joel Ford. And number 33, a 6' junior, Jeremy Ford. Again, the Blue Jays head coached by Doug Rusink. They're 6-2 on the year, 3-1 in Mid-Continent League play. They average 55.6 points a game, give up 47.5 points a game. Panthers head coached by Keith Sides. 5-3 on the year, 3-2 in Mid-Continent League play, 54.9 points a game. They give up 44.3. As the Panthers in their road navy jerseys, gold numbers and the white trim. The Blue Jays in their home of white jerseys, blue numbers and the gold trim. We're going to take a timeout for the national anthem. When we come back, Robbie's keys to a quick start as you're listening to Panther Basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web. Welcome back to Stoll Gymnasium. Jesse Ray alongside Robbie Gibson as we get set for the boys matchup. Robbie, let's get your keys to a quick start.
Well, for the Panthers, they got to get back on D. They can't allow this Blue Jays team to get out there and run the court up and down on them. They got to make sure they get back on D and then block out. When the shot goes up, find your guy, get your back on him, and don't let him get around you. Make sure they have to go through you to try to get those rebounds, maybe to get the Blue Jay team into some foul trouble. For the Blue Jays, look for the post play. Get the post play going here early and often in this game. That'll help them kind of get momentum going in their favor as looking to those the post players. And then pressure the ball. Try to apply much pressure as you can up front. Try to maybe get some quick steals and get some layups. That's what I have for these two teams.
All right, the Panthers, of course, the road team, so they start with the basketball. It's still weird. We're like 9-10 games into the season, and I'm still not used to not having the jump ball.
I don't like it.
Sides has it out front. tracks down just before it goes out of bounds. Ford has it now to sides to Jeremy Ford. He pump fakes. He'll drive in, left block in. He's headed to the free throw line. Well, there you go, Robbie. They listened to you. They took it right at Juneman.
Right idea. Try to go at him as much as possible in the paint there. Jeremy Ford got a quick pass and took off right towards the lane. Juneman on his side goes up, tries to hammer a block there. McKetchin Ford with all the body and an arm.
So Jeremy at the free throw line, shooting his first one of the ball game. Hits the first one. So the Panthers strike first. 7:47 left to go in the first quarter. Phillipsburg leads 1-0 as Jeremy Ford getting set for his second free throw. On its way. That one rattles out, no good. Rebounded by Juneman. He'll give it off to Ryan Schrum. Schrum brings it left to right on your radio dial. Down to the left wing to Willauer. Willauer to the right wing, now to Harding. Harding looking. He finds an opening, drives in, kicks out to Schrum, right corner. Out front to Willauer. He pump fakes down to the left corner. Inside for Juneman. Stripped out of there, and a foul going to be called here on the Panthers. Their first team foul.
I believe this is going to be on Joel Ford coming over there trying to get a help defense for his brother coming along the baseline, getting an arm instead.
So it is on Joel Ford, his first. Panthers first. 7:26 left to go in the first quarter, and Phillipsburg leads 1-0. Harding has it out front between the circles. He's guarded there by Kagan Keaton. Down to the right wing to Jones. Jones out front to Willauer, tipped by Leinig. Willauer tracks it down between the circles. He dribbles down to the right wing, down to the right corner to Schrum. Picked up there by sides. They look inside for Juneman. Instead, swinging back around to Harding left wing. Harding drives into the paint, leaves it off for Juneman. Right baseline, jumper, good.
Wide open look, stepped out a little bit, got a wide open look at the basket, able to drop that in.
So that puts the Blue Jays up 2-1. 6:53 left to go here in the first quarter. Keaton has it, now decides left wing. He gets a screen from Jeremy Ford. Looks in, finds Jeremy at the left baseline. Leidig in the paint, jumper off the glass and good.
Good look to catch Leidig. Leidig steps into the middle of the paint, got a good bounce pass. Quickly up, hitting off the backboard.
Ty comes away with the steal. He drives inside, leaves it off, tipped out of there, and now it's stolen away by Juneman. Juneman hands it off to Schrum, and Schrum will bring it up the court for the Blue Jays. Phillipsburg leads 3-2, 6:24 left to go. Juneman tries to save it in as it goes out of bounds. Tried to save it in, but it hit off of the backboard, so it will be out of bounds. Panther basketball, 6:20 left to go in the first quarter, and Phillipsburg leads by 1, 3-2.
Right idea there by Juneman. Pass was a little bit high for him, goes up, tries to save it in, hits the bottom of the backboard and shoots out of bounds. Ref trying to just avoid the ball as it was flying right back at him.
Sides directs traffic from the left side, gets a screen from Jeremy Ford. Sides, now to Ford, top of the key. Jeremy looks inside for Leidig. Leidig now looking to pass back out, does so to Keaton. Keaton swings around to Joel Ford left side, down the left corner, sides three on its way, and it rattles out no good. Fighting for the rebound, Juneman comes away with it. And he gives it off again to Ryan Schrum as Schrum brings it left to right, down to the right corner or right wing to Harding. Harding on the dribble out front, goes the basketball to Jones around to Schrum, left corner. He pump fakes, drives inside. Shot is up in the paint, and it is good. Nice move there by Ryan Schrum.
Tough shot by Schrum as he was kind of doing a side fade there. Able to get it to fall, though.
Juneman read the pass, stole the ball away, and the Blue Jays take it back left to right on your radio dial with a 1-point lead. 4-3, 5:25 left to go here in the first quarter. Jones has the right wing for the Blue Jays. Swings around left wing to Schrum. Schrum guarded by Ty Sides on the dribble, top of the key. One-handed pass to Harding inside for Juneman. Right block off the glass, too hard, no good. Rebounded by Ethan Leidig. Leidig hands it off to Ty Sides, and the Panthers bring it back up, trying to regain the lead. 5:05 left to go in the first quarter. Norton leads 4-3. Leidig three on its way off the front of the iron. No good. Rebound tracked down by Drake Harding, his first. Harding outlets ahead to Schrum. Schrum sets up the offense with 4:50 left to go in the first quarter. Jones has their right wing. Norton with a 1-point lead. 4-3 over the Phillipsburg Panthers. As Harding fakes, drives in, shot up off the back of the iron. No good. Rebounded by Kagan Keaton. Keaton loses the handle on it, tips it ahead to Leidig. Leidig wide open three on its way. No good off the back of the iron. Rebounded by Keaton. Keaton tries to split the defense, and he's headed to the free throw line.
Good job there by Keaton getting that offensive rebound and attacking the basket instantly. Going against two defenders as he has split to get there. Getting fouled as he goes between them, so he gets to try it again at the free throw line.
Keaton steps up. First one's good. That ties things up. His first point of the ball game. Brad Rodriguez in. Also, Jesse Blackburn in. Ethan Leidig and Joel Ford take a seat. Rad, the 6-foot freshman, he played great minutes for the Panthers against Trigo on Tuesday, as Keaton able to hit them both that time. Puts the Panthers back up by 1, 5-4. Also, again, Jesse Blackburn into the ballgame. He's put quality minutes in for the Panthers so far this season. Harding has it to the left wing to Schrum. Schrum drives to the free throw line, elevates from there, and buries the shot.
Schrum had a defender in Rodriguez in front of him, able to ignore the hand and just buries the shot.
Blackburn out front to sides, gets a screen from Jeremy Ford, dribbles over to right wing, out front to Ford. Jeremy, one dribble, bounce pass inside for Rodriguez. Rodriguez pump fake off the glass and good. What a great move by Rad Rodriguez.
You said it, great move by Rodriguez. Faked one way and gave a pump that way. All of a sudden, his guy was up in the air, steps back in between him and the basket, gets a wide open look on the backboard.
7-6, Phillipsburg regains a 1-point lead, 3:45 left to go in the first quarter. Juneman has it inside, he goes to work, spin move, shot up in the paint and good.
Juneman had two defenders on him, able to ignore the pressure, get the shot off, drops in nothing but net.
8-7, Norton regains their 1-point lead. 3.5 to go here in the first quarter. And Norton leading 8-7. Keaton has it out front. Picks up his dribble now to Sides left wing. Sides looks inside for Rodriguez. Can't quite get it to him. Goes back out front to Blackburn. Gets a screen from Ford. Blackburn drives in. Shot up off the glass. No good. Rebound. Fought for, and Rodriguez couldn't quite haul it in. Before it went out of bounds. So it'll be Norton basketball as Roman Hauser comes into the ball game. He is a 6'3" freshman for the Blue Jays. Also in is Christian Hawks, a 6'6" senior who's headed to Air Force for football. As Juneman took a seat, Will Auer took a seat. Into the ball game for the Panthers. Devin Johnson is in there. Ethan Leidig back in, so it's Rodriguez, Johnson, Blackburn, Sides, and Leidig for the Panthers. Hauser has it. Now to the top of the key. Jones three on its way, and it's good.
Jones with the quick shot outside, able to drop that in.
11-7. Norton leads by 4. Ball going to go into the backcourt as Sides tracks it down, and it will be backcourt violation. So ball quickly back into the hands of the Norton Blue Jays as they lead by 4, 11-7, with 2:53 left to go here in the first quarter.
Sides with a good look down court, got it to Johnson. Johnson tried to pass it back, just too much on it, and went right over top of Sides' head.
Schrum just saving it from going backcourt. Hauser has it out front now to Harding. Harding looking inside for Hawks. Can't quite get it to him as he's on the dribble. Harding, bounce pass out to Jones. Ball going to go out of bounds. They're going to say a Panther touched it. So Blue Jay basketball, 2:38 left to go in the first quarter. And Norton leads Phillipsburg 11-7 here in Stoll Gymnasium, home of the Norton Blue Jays. As it is Hauser with it in the right corner. They go out front to Jones, now to Schrum. Back out front to Harding. Harding pump fakes. He drives to the free throw line. Drives all the way left. Block off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Hawks. Ball gets tipped out of his hands. Harding tracks it down. Gives it back to Schrum. Hauser, right wing. Hauser pump fakes. Drives in. Right block up. And counted. He's headed line for an and one.
Good take there by Hauser. Has defender in front of him. Able to get him to the basket. And goes up against two defenders. Able to get the hit. Gets the ball off the backboard.
Jesse Blackburn picks up the foul, his first personal, second Panther team foul. Is Hauser's free throw, no good. Rebound put back by Harding, no good. Rebound put back by Hawks, no good. Rebound put back by Jones, and he'll head to the free throw line.
Blue Jays doing a good job there, getting some offensive rebounds, going right back up and along the basket, and finally getting to go to the free throw line.
Third team foul on the Panthers, and the first on Rad Rodriguez. Jones heads to the free throw line. No good on the first one. Jones is a 33% free throw shooter on the season. Will Auer back in. Harding going to take a seat. Ford twins back in along with Kagan Keaton. Johnson still out there for the Panthers. Ty Sides also still out there. 2:02 left to play, and Jones hits that one. He's got 4, and the Blue Jays lead by 7, 14-7. 2 minutes left to play in this first quarter. Johnson has it to Sides, right wing. Deep three for Ty, no good. Rebound fought for, and Jones tracks it down. He hands it off to Ryan Schrum. Schrum brings it up the court, working against Kagan Keaton. Out front to Hauser. Hauser down to the right wing to Will Auer, and it goes out of bounds. Panther basketball. Minute 42 left to go in this first quarter, and the Phillipsburg Panthers will have the basketball, but they trail by 7, 14-7. Kagan Keaton brings it up for the Panthers. Right to left on your radio dial. He's picked up at half court by Will Auer. Down to the left wing. Kicks it out front to Jeremy Ford. Now to Sides right wing. Sides pump fakes. Jones closes out. Now they get to Joel Ford, top of the key. Joel drives in, left block, and he's going to be fouled. Third team foul on the Blue Jays and the first on Christian Hawks.
Joel Ford got the ball, put it on the floor, instantly attacked the basket. Hawks trying to keep up with him, catch him with a body as he goes up for that layup. Not a whole lot Hawks could do in that situation as his momentum kept it going forward.
14-7. Joel Ford with a chance to cut into that 7-point lead. Cannot with the first one. Looking for his first point of the ball game. Minute 26 left to play in the first. Norton leads 14-7 over the Phillipsburg Panthers. Second one for Ford is good. He now has his first point of the ball game and makes it a 6-point game, 14-8. Norton leads Phillipsburg with minute 22 left to play here in the first quarter. Hauser has it right wing for the Blue Jays. Picks up his dribble now to Schrum left side. Down the left corner to Will Auer. Inside for Hawks. Hawks shot no good. Left it short. Got his own rebound. Kicked it out to Hauser. Hauser down to the baseline. Shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Ty Sides. Ahead to Keaton, down to the baseline to Johnson. Johnson kicks it out front to Sides. Ty on the dribble, drives to the elbow, kicks it out to Keaton left corner. Keaton drives baseline, picks up his dribble, back to Sides, left wing, deep three for Ty, good.
Ty stepping back for that three-pointer. Had a defender there, but his defender not even trying to contest him up in the air on that one. Able to drop that in was Ty.
His first points of the ball game makes it a 3-point game, 14-11. 33 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Norton with that 3-point margin. Schrum has it right wing, letting the offense work. Finds an opening. Hauser now has it right corner three, and he hits the three. (17-11). Ford has it to Johnson. Johnson shot up in the paint, left it short, no good. Rebounded by Schrum. 6 seconds left. Jones has it. 4 seconds left. Bounce pass across to Will Auer, left wing. Will Auer step back at the buzzer. Too hard, no good. 17-11. Norton leads Phillipsburg at the end of one. We'll take a timeout. Be back with second quarter action as you're listening to Panther Basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web. And welcome back to Stoll Gymnasium. Jesse Ray alongside Robbie Gibson as we get set for the second quarter. Robbie, back and forth we went in that first quarter. How'd the stats look?
For the Panthers, they're 1 of 5 from the three-point line, 4 of 9 from the field, 4 of 6 from the free throw line with 1 offensive rebound, 4 defense rebounds, and 3 turnovers. For the Blue Jays, they're 2 of 3 from the three-point line, 6 of 15 from the field, 1 of 3 from the free throw line with 5 offensive rebounds, 4 defense rebounds, and 3 turnovers there through that first quarter.
All right, as we get set here. It will be Norton basketball to start this second quarter as they go. Again, left to right on your radio dial. Schrum has it right wing. Down to the right corner to Jones. Jones out front to Will Auer. Quickly to Schrum. Inside for Juneman. Juneman underneath the basket. Shot no good. Rebounded by Jeremy Ford. And then a foul going to be called here on the Blue Jays. This will be their 4th team foul. And let's see if this is on Juneman. It'll be his second. It is. Foul's on Juneman. His second. 17-11. Norton leads Phillipsburg by 6. As it looks like Sean Anderson getting set to come into the ball game for the Blue Jays. So he heads to the scorer's table. Ty Sides with it. Inside for Jeremy Ford. Kicked out of there by Juneman. So will remain Panther basketball as Sean Anderson. He's a 6'3 sophomore. He comes in, and Juneman going to take a seat after picking up that second foul. 17-11. 7:22 left to go in this first half. Norton leads Phillipsburg here in the boys varsity matchup. Joel Ford drives in, and Anderson quickly picks up a foul. His first personal foul, fifth Blue Jays team foul.
Joel Ford once again attacking the basket on that one. And this time getting Anderson, as Anderson didn't really try to move too much with him, just try to step in his way.
Sides gets the inbounds pass, directs traffic, instead fires up the three, and he parries another one.
Once again, had a defender there in front of him. Defender stays on the ground. Ties sides, wide open look at the three-point shot.
Makes it a three-point game. Norton leads 17-14, 7 minutes left to go in the first half. Jones has it to Harding. Harding drives into the paint, and going to have a foul called here on the Panthers, their fourth team foul. And it's going to be the second on Rad Rodriguez.
Catcher Rodriguez with a push call there, as kind of looked like maybe Norton slipped a little bit and fell kind of into Rad, so call him with a push.
Blackburn back in, Keaton back in. Rodriguez takes a seat after picking up that second foul, and Leidig takes a seat. 6:57 left to go in this first half. Norton leads by 3, 17-14. Schrum brings it up the court for the Blue Jays. He's going to be picked up by Ty Sides, down to the right wing to Willauer, out front now to Harding. Harding on the dribble to the free throw line. Ball tipped by Blackburn, and it's going to be tracked down by Jones. Jones down to the right corner to Willauer. Willauer underneath the basket. Loses the handle on it, out of bounds, and the last touch by the Blue Jays. So Panther basketball, 6:36 left to go here in the first half. Norton leads by 3, 17-14.
Panthers pushing a little bit of pressure there on that offensive series for the Blue Jays. Blue Jays just turn the ball over as they're trying to avoid some of the pressure from the Panthers.
Sides right wing with it. Inside for Joel Ford. Ford pump fakes. Now shot is up, and he's headed to the free throw line as Drake Harding gets called for the foul. His first personal foul, sixth Blue Jays team foul.
Good pump fake there by Joel Ford. Got Harding up in the air. Just jumps back into him. Gets the easy foul that way.
As Harding, well, he leads the team in blocks with 6 of them. As that's what he was going for there. Unfortunately for him, Joel's headed to the free throw line instead, and he picks up the first one. He's now got 2 points, and he's 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Ford with a chance to cut this down to a 1-point ball game. It's on its way, good as well. So Joel Ford now has 3, all from the free throw line in this one. And the Panthers cut the lead down to 1, 17-16. As the Panthers coming out, a little pressure here as Sides picks up Schrum in the backcourt. 6:17 left to go when Schrum crosses the timeline. He quickly gets to the paint though. Shot no good, rebounded by Ty Sides, his second. And then a jump ball called as Schrum and Sides got tied up that time. Will be Panther basketball. We have a pair of Shrine Bowl players in this ball game, Rob. You hadn't mentioned that. Ty Sides voted in for Phillipsburg, and of course Christian Hawks there for Norton.
Kind of forgot those two were voted in. I looked at the list and just kind of forgot about it. That was a while back anyways. So congratulations to both those two players.
As Blackburn finds Joel Ford in the right corner. Ford dribbles up to the right wing. Out front to Keaton goes the basketball. Now to Sides left wing. This time, step back 3 on its way. Ty hits another one. That time hit him with the step back.
The Sides had to create a little bit of space on that one, hit that step back on him. All sorts of room that he got on it, able to drop that one in.
That puts the Panthers back up by 2, 19-17. Willauer's shot no good, rebounded by Ty Sides, his third. Sides pushes it quickly up the court. Now hands it off to Joel Ford. 5.5 to go in the first half. Phillipsburg leads by 2. Ford all the way to the basket, up and good. What a nice move by Joel Ford to get to the hole.
Joel Ford's attacking the basket, and Ty Sides hit him from outside, hitting that with that 1-2 punch quickly here in the second quarter.
And just like that, the Panthers now go up at 21-17 as they get it inside. Anderson's shot kisses it off the glass, and it's good. That ends the 10-0 run. The Panthers were on to start this second quarter as Norton led 17-11 to start this second quarter. The Panthers went up 21-17. Jeremy Ford's shot inside is good as he went down to the baseline, faked left, went right, got the hook shot in.
Great bounce pass there for the assist for Ty Sides. Gave it right where Jeremy could do what he wanted to with it, able to get something going for Jeremy underneath the basket.
23-19 as Blackburn comes away with the steal, his first steal of the ball game. Sides with it out front, working against Schrum. Spin move at the free throw line. Shot is up, no good. Left that one just short, and it's rebounded underneath by Anderson. Norton basketball. As they look inside for Anderson, tipped out by Jeremy Ford. Harding couldn't hold on to it. Out of bounds, Panther basketball. 4:20 left to go in the first half. Phillipsburg leads 23-19. As Leidig comes back in, Devin Johnson comes back in. Jeremy Ford takes a seat. Kagan Keaton takes a seat. Roman Hauser back in for the Blue Jays. And Silas Jones takes a seat. 4:20 left to go in the first half. Phillipsburg leads it 23-19 as they used a 10-0 run to take the lead as they trailed 17-11 at the start of the second quarter. They led at 21-17 at one point before Norton finally ended the 10-0 run. Leidig's pass tipped out of bounds and will remain Panther basketball.
Quick hands there for the Blue Jays on defense. Tipped that ball right out of bounds. Leidig doing the right thing, just kind of gets his arms back and lets the ball go out of bounds to reset things.
Sides has it out front, gets a screen from Leidig, drives down to the left wing, picks up his dribble. Oh no, kept his dribble. Nice job there by Ty to keep that dribble. Now backside to Blackburn. Jesse underneath the basket and again losing out of bounds as Hauser there to cut him off. It will be Blue Jay basketball as Keaton comes back in. And Ty Side's going to take his first seat of the ball game. Jeremy Ford also back in. Joel Ford going to take a seat. 3:56 left to go in the first half. Phillipsburg is leading it 23-19.
Outside seen that pass there to get that out of the middle of the lane as he was in the middle. Bounce pass through three defenders to get that out of there.
So it is Blue Jay basketball's Harding has it right wing. Out front to Hauser. Hauser looking. Now he's on the dribble. Down to Willauer, right wing. Skip pass to Schrum, left wing. Fakes left, goes right. Now to Harding, right wing. Harding going to drive into the paint. His shot up, too hard off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Keaton. Kagan now leads the break for the Panthers. Spin move, top of the key. Drives all the way down to Johnson in the right corner. Back to Keegan. Kagan out front now to Blackburn. Down to Johnson, left elbow. Hands it off to Keaton. Keaton loses the handle on it as he fights with Schrum. Ball goes into the hands of Blackburn out front. Bounce pass to Jeremy Ford at the right elbow now. Ford hands it off to Keaton. Keaton fires up the three. This one, no good. Rebound fought for. And it will be tracked down by Drake Harding. Harding, top of the key with it. Now to Schrum, left wing. Schrum on the dribble, guarded by Keaton to Willauer. Right wing three's on its way. No good. Rebound tracked down by Leidig. Leidig pushes it up with 2:45 left to go in the first half. Phillipsburg with a 23-19 lead. Leidig sets up the offense. Gets it to Ford. Jeremy drives in to the right elbow. Now to Johnson. Johnson out front to Keaton. Down to the left wing to Blackburn. Blackburn asks for a screen. Gets it from Johnson. Kicks it out to Johnson now. Skip pass to Keaton, right wing. 2:25 and counting left to go in the first half. Keaton back to Jeremy Ford. Out front to Blackburn. Around to Leidig, left wing. Leidig drives to the baseline, and it's good.
Great job there by Leidig. Faked like he was going to use the screen. Takes off for the baseline. Wide open look once he gets to the baseline. Comes up against the defense right at the backboard. Able to ignore it and go up for the layup.
Panthers lead 25-19. 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Willauer right wing with it. Down to the left wing. Inside for Anderson. Tipped out and stolen away by Johnson. Johnson outlets ahead to Blackburn. Jesse brings it up the court with 1:50 left to go in the first half. Gets a screen from Johnson, top of the key. Bounce pass it down to Keaton. Keaton now up to the top of the key, to the free throw line. To Blackburn, left corner three for Jesse. No good off the back of the iron. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson picks up his dribble, tipped by Willauer, but into the hands of Leidig. Leidig spin move into a triple team. Gets the pass off to Jeremy Ford. Ford inside for Johnson. Johnson's circus shot is up and good as he was hit as he was trying to get that shot off. No foul called, but Johnson gets the basket either way. And the Panthers now lead 27-19 with 1:15 left to go in the first half. Willauer drives down to the block and again have a foul called here on the Panthers. This will be their 15th foul. And this one's going to be on Ethan Leidig, his first. They are going to say that Willauer was in the act of shooting, so he'll head to the free throw line as he trying to end this big run that the Panthers are on as they have really taken over the second quarter.
They really have. The Panthers come out here in the second quarter, kind of changed some things up there at quarter, able to get a little bit of advantage here coming into the second quarter, and they're running with it.
As the Panthers have outscored the Blue Jays here in the second quarter, 16-2. To take this 8-point lead as Willauer trying to cut into the lead. Second one's on its way. That one is good. As Silas Jones comes in, Will Hour going to take a seat. So 16-3, Panthers have outscored the Norton Blue Jays in the second quarter. Panthers lead by 7 as they trailed by 6 going into the second quarter. Sides back into the ball game for the Panthers. Hands it off to Joel Ford, top of the key. Now to Keaton. Keaton to sides. Sides, steps back, 3 on its way again. This time no good. Rebound underneath by Ryan Schrum. Schrum brings it up the court for the Blue Jays. Drives all the way in, right block, shot left and short, no good, rebounded by Leidig. Leidig up the court to Ford. Ford, no look pass to Keaton, left corner, 3's on its way for Kagan, left it short, no good, rebounded by Hawks. He's got 4 of those here in this first half. 27-20, the Phillipsburg Panthers lead the Norton Blue Jays. 30 seconds left to go in the first half. Hawks is who they were looking for. Jones somehow saves it into Hauser. Now to Anderson. Anderson back around to Schrum. Schrum again looks inside for Hawks. Tipped out by Jeremy Ford, and a foul going to be called. This will be the 6th team foul on the Panthers. Foul's going to be on Jeremy Ford, his first.
Tough one for Jeremy as he's trying to go against Hawks there. Hawks has the bigger body, kind of pushes his way around underneath the paint. And Jeremy just trying to fight for position, getting with the push foul.
Keaton going to take a seat. Devin Johnson back in. Sean Anderson takes his seat. And Drake Harding back in. Norton basketball after the foul on Jeremy Ford. Harding has it out front. Down to the left wing to Schrum. Schrum to the free throw line. Now out front to Hauser. Hauser on the dribble. Back out front to Schrum. Schrum top of the key. Drives all the way in. Right block. And he's headed to the free throw line. 17th foul on the Panthers. 3.4 seconds left to play in the first half, and Phillipsburg is leading at 27-20, but Ryan Schrum with a chance to cut into that 7-point lead for the Panthers.
Jeremy Ford getting called with that foul on that one. Goes up trying to get a swat on that one, but ends up pushing a little bit as he goes up in the air.
Schrum misses the first one. Jesse Blackburn back into the ball game for the Panthers. Jeremy Ford going to take a seat. As Schrum missed the first one, he gets set for the second one. That one rolls out no good. Rebounded by Blackburn. And that's going to do it for the first half with Phillipsburg fighting back and taking a lead. They trailed by 6 after the first quarter. They lead by 7 going into halftime, 27-20. You're listening to Panther Basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web. a couple times. Defense has been playing well, and they're starting to limit the second chance opportunities for the Blue Jays a little bit, as Blue Jays had quite a few offensive rebounds there in that first half. Well, in the first half, the offensive rebounds, they had 5. Second quarter, 0. So the Panthers really figured some things out there at halftime, readjusted some things on defense, got the block out that they needed to, and like I said, eliminated those second chance opportunities underneath the basket. All right, 2-minute timeout. We'll be back with more of our halftime show coming up. You're listening to Panther Basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web. First, and that was it. St. Louis scored 4. Like, Colorado scored the opening goal, and then in the first period, St. Louis scored 2. I fell asleep, so I don't know what happened after that. But the next morning, it was 4-1. So, yeah, I was gonna watch it, and then I forgot it was on. Look at what's coming up for you tomorrow here on 92.5 KQMA. I'm online at KQMA.com at 3 o'clock. The Smith Center Redmen take on the TMB Monarchs in the play-in game for the 2021 Mid-Continent League tournament. The boys all will be playing in Stockton. The girls will be playing in Plainville tomorrow. Again, at 3 o'clock in the high school gym, Smith Center takes on TMB. That game will be the one that we cover because we have 3 options and they all played at 3 o'clock. So we decided we'll do the Smith Center boys game. They again play TFT at 3 o'clock. Other games going on tomorrow for the boys. Russell takes on Hill City. Oakley takes on Stockton. Phillipsburg will take on Plainville at 3 o'clock in the grade school gym for the Panthers. Tonight, here in Norton, they'll be in Stockton tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock taking on Plainville. For the girls, they will be in Plainville for their play-in game. Oakley takes on Russell. Norton takes on Stockton. Hockey against Hill City. And the Smith Center Lady Red will take on Plainville. So that's a look at what's to come. Again, we will be having the Smith Center Redmen taking on the TMB Monarchs as our featured matchup tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock there from Stockton High School. We're going to take our final timeout. We'll be back with Robbie's Keys to Victory. You're listening to Panther Basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web. Hey, just go a minute here. Well, yeah, I saw, was it Tuesday night that they had Hill City's boys and girls? Yeah, Hill City's boys and girls had the exact same score on there. I was like, yeah, I know. I mean, it could happen. It could, but it didn't. It could happen, but it didn't. Right? Welcome back to Stoll Gymnasium. Jesse Ray alongside Robbie Gibson as we get set for the second half. The Panthers used a huge second quarter to go from a 6-point deficit to a 7-point lead. We'll see what happens here in the second half as they lead 27-20 over the Norton Blue Jays. Robbie, let's get your keys to victory.
Well, for the Panthers, they got to continue to attack the basket. I thought they've done a really good job of that, and they're in that second quarter. They didn't back off any. They really attacked the basket. They got to the free throw line because of it, and they're a decent free throw shooting team. So if they can get there, it helps them out a little bit. So continue to attack that basket, and then on defensive side of things, pressure the ball. They started pressing, going to a full court man-to-man press, kind of just putting a little bit of pressure on the ball. Was able to get a few more turnovers with it. So continue to pressure that ball and attack the basket. Then you go over to the Blue Jays side of things. Set up their offense. I don't think they fully set up their offense and let it run through. Let the big guys underneath the basket get to work. They got the height advantage. Use it. Get those big guys underneath time to set up, get some into position, and a quick pass into them. And then close out on the shooters. They got to know where the Panther shooters are. They've been kind of getting some good looks, so they got to make sure they can close out on those shooters and make sure that they get a hand up in their face. That's what I have for these two teams.
All right, it will be Norton basketball to start the second half. They go right to left on your radio dial. Ryan Schrum has the basketball. He's quickly met out front by Sides and Joel Ford. Ball tipped out by Kagan Keaton. They're going to say that Keaton was the one to touch it last, so Norton basketball as it is. Joel Ford, Jeremy Ford, Ethan Lydick, Kagan Keaton, and Ty Sides for the Panthers. Drake Harding, Silas Jones, Ryan Schrum, Matt Willauer, and Nolan Juneman for the Norton Blue Jays. 27-20, Phillipsburg leading Norton here in this boys varsity matchup as the third quarter just getting underway. Will Lauer couldn't hold on to that one. Kagan Keaton hands everywhere. He comes away with the steal, drives in, right block off to the glass, and he's heading the line for an and one.
Right idea there by the Blue Jays, getting down there quickly, trying to get in the way to cause that foul, but not getting his feet set at first and getting that charge or block call.
That was Drake Harding. I was trying to hold up 24 to you.
Oh, I read it backwards. There's a reason why I couldn't find it.
As Keaton misses it, rebounded by Jeremy Ford, blocked out of there by Harding, but it will be Panther basketball. Jeremy Ford then gets the inbound or entry pass from Joel, and Jeremy gets the basket. He's now got 5 points as things a little bit confused there for both teams as Keaton hit the basket. They went for the and one. He missed it. Ford, and they kind of just let it bounce for a second. All of a sudden, Ford grabbed it and then got it blocked out of there, but Panthers come away with the basket anyway. Now the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Blue Jays as Roman Hauser comes in. Matt Willauer takes a seat.
I was confused by that also because I didn't think he made the basket, but evidently he did. As
I said, he's going to the line for an and one. See, you don't listen.
I missed that part.
As it is Panther basketball after the turnover. 7 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Phillipsburg leads by 11. Ty Sides pump fakes, kicks out. Joel Ford left corner three. Good.
Joel Ford with a quick shot from the corner, able to drop that in, nothing but net as he had a closing Blue Jay defender on him, had his hand up, not able to distract the shot though.
34-20, the Panthers lead as Juneman has it inside. His shot rolls out, no good. Rebounded by Joel Ford, his first rebound of the ball game. Sides ahead to Leidig. Leidig drives all the way in, right block, tries to Euro step around. Harding stripped out of there by the Blue Jays, and it is going to be Ryan Schrum with the basketball. He's going to drive all the way in, and he's going to be fouled.
Well, this will be on one of the Fords. Not sure which one, but it'll be on one of the Fords.
It's going to be on Jeremy, his second.
Jeremy was on one side of that. Joel was on the other side of him. Both of them went up in the air. Both of them got on the arm on that one, so wasn't sure which Ford they were actually going to call that on.
Panthers lead by 14, now 13. Schrum hits that one as Rad Rodriguez and Ethan Miller into the ball game. Ethan's first action of the night as Leidig takes a seat. Jeremy Ford takes a seat. 6.5 to go here in this third quarter. Phillipsburg leads by 13, 34-21. As Schrum couldn't hit that one. Put back by Harding. Blocked out of there by Rad Rodriguez and then tipped out by Harding.
Good job there by Rodriguez. Kind of out of position, able to get in front of everything to tip down or block that shot. Clear back over to the bleachers.
Keaton inbounds the sides. Phillipsburg leads by 13, 34-21. 6:20 left to go. Sides drives in, left it short, no good as Miller tried to get the touch, put back, but couldn't get it to fall. It's rebounded in there by Harding, and it will be Blue Jay basketball's. Harding has it to Hauser, left corner. Hauser dribbles up to the left wing, out front to Harding. 6:05 left to go in the third quarter. Harding on the dribble now to Schrum. Schrum, top of the key to the left wing, tipped out by Joel Ford, and it will remain Norton basketball.
Good job there by Ford, playing in the passing lane a little bit. Got his hand on that, tipped that over, makes everything reset for the Blue Jays.
Just under 6 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Phillipsburg leading by 13, 34-21. As it is Jones inside for Juneman, just out of his reach, out of bounds, Panther basketball. Ethan Leidig comes back in, and Kagan Keaton going to take a seat.
Good original look there, trying to get that ball in the paint. Juneman just left it outside of his hands just a little bit, too far.
Sides, gets a screen from Miller out front. Sides on the dribble, drives in, bounce pass inside for Rodriguez. Again, pump fake. Shot is up for Rad, no good. Rebounded by Hauser. Hauser outlets ahead to Schrum. 5.5 to go. Schrum drives in, right block up, no good, and a late whistle going to be blown here. And a foul going to be on the Panthers, their second. Foul's on Joel Ford, his second.
As Joel kind of looked at the ref, pointed at himself, was this on me? Ref nods their head, goes over, calls a number out. Joel on the backside trying to get a block on that one.
Schrum hits the first one. He's got 6, and it cuts the lead down to 12. 34-22. As the Blue Jays try to cut into this deficit. Cannot with the second one. Ball goes tipped into the hands of Ethan Leidig. He's got 4 rebounds. Sides. Brings it up the court for the Panthers. Out front to Miller. Miller looking. Spots up for 3 over Juneman. No good. Misses it to the left. That one's rebounded by Schrum as Ryan Schrum brings it quickly up the court for the Blue Jays. 5:07 left to go. 3-pointer for Jones. No good. Rebounded by Juneman. Put back by Juneman. Good.
Juneman got the rebound, fought for position again. Got the position that he needed for that shot.
Leidig out front to Ford. Joel drives in. Spin move. Stripped out of there and stolen away by Drake Harding. Harding leads the break. Drives in. Jones the baseline. Now to Juneman. Juneman going to get stripped. And he's going to get called for the travel before he lost the handle on it. Nice job there by Ethan Miller.
Miller done a good job there, forcing the travel. Sides in front of him. Got his hand in there to strip that out of there. So either way, there was going to be Panther. The ball is Miller forced the travel, but Sides got his hands on there as well.
10-point Panther lead, 34-24. Joel Ford, top of the key, 3 on its way. That one no good. Rebounded by Schrum. He's got 5 rebounds. He pushes it up the court as the Blue Jays trying to cut into the Panther double-digit lead. Harding, wraparound pass for Hauser. Hauser pump fakes. He'll drive baseline. Leaves it out front for Harding. 3 on its way. No good. Rebound fought for. Still fighting for it. Juneman's shot left is short. No good. Rebounded by Jones. Jones hands it off to Harding. Harding in the paint. Out front to Jones for 3. Good.
Quick shot there for Jones, able to knock that one down.
Backside pass for Sides, left corner. He's going to drive baseline. Floaters up, and he's going to be fouled. Second team foul on the Blue Jays. 3:51 left to go here in this third quarter. Phillipsburg leads 34-27. Drake Harding picks up the foul, his third personal foul. As Ty heads to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Sides got to the baseline, goes up, gets a little floater, but gets pushed as he's releasing that ball, ends up in the wall, and the Cardinals getting called for it.
Sides misses the first one. Keaton, Blackburn, Johnson, and Leidig all coming into the ball game for the Panthers. Leidig was going down, so he comes out. So it's Johnson, Keaton, Sides, Joel Ford, and Jesse Blackburn. His side second one is good. He's got 10 points. For the Blue Jays on the court, Schrum, Jones, Juneman, Hauser, and Anderson. Blue Jay basketball as the Panthers have an 8-point lead, 35-27, 3:40 left to go in this third quarter. Schrum continues to dribble out front between the circles. Down to the right wing to Hauser. Hauser out front to Juneman. Juneman on the drive, left block up and good.
Big guy gets the pass out front, takes off with the drive, able to get a layup.
35-29, the Blue Jays continue to cut into the Panther lead. 3:18 left to go here in the third quarter. Keaton has their right wing. Now dribbles out front between the circles, Sides, left wing, pump fakes, drives in, wraparound pass. Fighting for the basketball, and a jump ball going to be called. It will be Panther basketball. 3:08 left to go in the third quarter as Hauser and Blackburn fighting for it.
Good hustle there by Hauser and Blackburn on the floor trying to fight for that ball. Kind of a loose ball before they hit the floor there. Kind of two legs, one arm fighting for it. Ended up on the floor, and the quick jump ball there by the ref.
Keaton to the right wing. Out front to Blackburn. He drives in, kicks it back out. Keaton right wing. Keaton looks inside. Instead goes back out front to Joel Ford. Under 3 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Phillipsburg leads 35-29. Ford drives in, leaves it off for Johnson. Johnson saves it into Keaton. Keaton out front to Blackburn. Blackburn drives in, right block off the glass and good.
Blackburn on the cut, got his defender on his back hip. Able just to burn him towards the goal line, or towards the goal, got the layup.
37-29 as Juneman behind the defense. Shot rolls out, it's no good, and it's rebounded by Joel Ford. As Juneman had a wide open look at the basket, as Ford drives in, kicks it out to Sides. Sides, they leave him wide open for three. Left that one just short, fighting for the rebound, and it's going to be Schrum coming up with the basketball. 37-29, the Panthers lead by 8. 2:15 left to go here in the third quarter. Hauser down to the left corner to Anderson. Out front to Jones. Jones guarded by Keaton. Now to Hauser, down to the right corner to Schrum. Schrum on the dribble up to the right wing, back inside for Hauser. Right block up and good.
The Blue Jays missed it there for a second as they had a huge height advantage underneath the basket. They had Juneman down there low post against Sides. They missed it a couple different times. Could have easily lobbed over top, but either way, the Blue Jays end up with 2 points.
2 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. The Norton Blue Jays want to talk things over as they continue to fight back in this one as they trail by 6, 37-31. The Phillipsburg Panthers with the lead as the Blue Jays have outscored the Panthers here in this one 11 to 10. So the Blue Jays fighting back here in this third quarter as it has been Nolan Juneman. He's got 4 points. 2 points for Roman Hauser here in this quarter, 2 for Ryan Schrum, and 3 for Silas Jones. The 11 for the Blue Jays here in the third quarter, 2 for Kagan Keaton, 2 for Jesse Blackburn, 1 for Ty Sides, 3 for Joel Ford, and 2 for Jeremy Ford. The 10 for the Panthers here in this third quarter. So Panthers continue to lead by 6 with just under 2 minutes as we're back to action, and Ty Sides bringing it up the court. Gets it inside for Jeremy Ford. Ford to the basket, and going to get called for the travel first.
Right look there to get that to Jeremy Ford. He had an extra step in there. Otherwise, he had a good-looking layup.
It's going to be Schrum bringing it up the court. He's between the circles for the Blue Jays. He's guarded by Ty Sides. Down to the left wing to Jones. Inside for Juneman. Juneman's shot is up and good.
Joel Ford with the right idea there, just not able to complete it.
And Schrum comes away with the steal, and he's going to be fouled. He'll head to the free throw line.
As I believe that one's going to be on Jeremy Ford. He threw the ball in, steps back in, gets his hand on the shot, but catch him with the body as well.
So Ford does pick up the foul. Third team foul on the Panthers. Minute 31 left to go here in the third quarter. Schrum hits the first one. He's got 7. Drake Harding into the ball game. Silas Jones takes a seat. Jeremy Ford takes his seat. They say that's his 4th foul. And Rad Rodriguez back into the ball game. Minute 31 left to go. Phillipsburg only leads by 3. Now 2. Sides with it right wing. Picks up his dribble. Goes out front to Ford. Now to Keaton left wing. Gets a screen from Leidig. Gets it back to Leidig. Left baseline. Out to Keaton. Out front to Ford. Minute 15 left to play in the third quarter. Phillipsburg leads by 2, 37-35. Ford directs traffic from out front, picks up his dribble now to Sides. Sides, left wing, gets a screen from Rodriguez out to Keaton, left wing. Three's on its way, no good off the back of the iron, rebounded by Hauser. And then a foul going to be called here on the Panthers. This will be their 14th foul.
Hauser comes down with the rebound. Joel Ford tries to get his hands there, knock it out of there, but catches Hauser's arms instead.
56 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Phillipsburg leading by 2, but Norton with the basketball as they will try to tie this ball game up, or hey, maybe even take the lead if they can hit a 3. So Blue Jay basketball out front is Schrum in the center circle. He directs traffic from there. Now Hauser with it right side. Back to Schrum left side. Down to the left corner to Harding. They look inside for Anderson. Can't get it to him. Back around it goes to Hauser right wing. He'll fire up the 3. Left it short. No good. Rebounded by Anderson. Anderson kicks it back out to Hauser. Down to the left corner. Harding for 3. and it's good.
Harding had a defender on him, but able to ignore the pressure. Drops it in, nothing but net.
That's his first points of the ball game, and the Blue Jays regain the lead, 38-37. 16 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Ty Sides going to dribble out towards the center circle. 10 seconds left. Panthers looking for the final shot of the third quarter. Sides works against Harding. Fires the spike line three. No good off the back of the iron. Joe Ford gets the rebound, puts it up from the spike line at the buzzer. That's going to do it for the third quarter. Norton has fought all the way back. They take a 1-point lead into the fourth, 38-37. Listening to Panther Basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web. And welcome back to Norton and Stoll Gym. Jesse Ray alongside Robbie Gibson. The Norton Blue Jays have fought back. They now have a 1-point lead as we head into the fourth quarter. As the Blue Jays outscored the Panthers in that third quarter 18-10. And again, they take a 1-point lead into the fourth quarter here. As we get set. Robbie, just kind of touch on some things there in the through the third quarter.
Well, one of the things that kind of hurt the Panthers here, looking at the stats just there through that third, was the 3 points. They're only 1 of 7 from the 3-point line, and then they just kind of got cold there as they hit 4 of 13 in that third quarter. So the Panthers got cold there in that third quarter as the Blue Jays warmed up a little bit.
So it is Blue Jay basketball to start the fourth quarter as they lead by 1, 38-37. Schrum to Hauser. He'll fire up the three. No good off the back of the iron. Rebound, tracked down. Fought for Schrum and Leidig fighting for it. They're going to say last touch by Leidig, so Blue Jay basketball.
Kind of mentioning that the Blue Jays started heating up a little bit there in that third quarter. They were 6 of 13 from the field. So a little bit of difference there in the shooting. And then also the one thing is the Panthers aren't attacking the basket like they were there in that second quarter when Juneman was on the bench.
Juneman finds Harding, right corner, long two, no good. Rebound, fought for Juneman, tracks it down after the Panthers fought over it. And a three-pointer by Schrum, no good. Rebounded by Hauser, his putback, no good. Then rebounded by Rad Rodriguez. Rodriguez this side. Sides loses the handle on it, stolen away by Schrum. Schrum brings it back up the court, gets a screen from Hauser. Schrum quickly up the court with 7:05 left to go in the ball game. And the Blue Jays with a 1-point lead, 38-37. Willauer to Schrum, back to Willauer, right corner. Looks inside, now back to Schrum, around to Hauser, down to the left corner to Harding. They look inside for Juneman. Instead, the Blue Jays swing it back around now to Hauser. Hauser looks in, takes one dribble. Skip pass to Willauer, right corner three, good.
Three-pointer for Will Hauser as he had a defender closing on him, but ignores it. The pressure drops that in.
So Willauer gets his first field goal of the ball game, makes it 41-37. Ford up under, no good, it rattles out. It's rebounded by Juneman. Juneman outlets ahead to Schrum. It's Schrum, Juneman, Harding, Hauser, and Willauer for the Norton Blue Jays. Sides, Leidig, Rodriguez, Keaton, and Joel Ford for the Panthers with 6:12 and counting left to go as they get it inside for Juneman to the Blue Jays, and he's going to get the 2 points.
Good look to Juneman. Juneman didn't have any defender on him. Just a little lob pass up over top of defense. Quickly up did he go.
Coach Sides calls a timeout. We'll take one with them. You're listening to Panther Basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web. Decatur community boys are not good. 43-37, the Norton Blue Jays lead the Phillipsburg Panthers. 6:03 left to go here in this ball game. Norton led 17-11 after the first quarter. Phillipsburg fought back, outscored Norton 16-3 in the second quarter. The lead by 7 at halftime, 27-20. Norton fought back in the third quarter as they outscored the Panthers 18-10 in that third quarter to take a 38-37 lead. And now the Blue Jays lead this one 43-37 as they're on a 5-0 run to start the fourth. As Coach Sides called the timeout to talk things over, try to end that 5-0 run the Blue Jays were on, so the Panthers got a chance to fight back here. Sides with it out front to the left wing to Joel Ford through his hands. Tracks down the loose ball, finds Sides, cutting towards the basket to Jeremy Ford, up, and it rattles out, no good. But he'll head to the free throw line. This will be the third team foul on the Blue Jays.
Good job there by Sides. Drew the double team as he got it close to the basket. Just left it off for Jeremy. Jeremy put too much on it as he was up in the air, but he got fouled also.
Jeremy Ford heads to the free throw line. The foul's on Drake Harding, his fourth. Ford's first one is good. He now has 6 points. Silas Jones back in. Harding takes a seat with those 4 fouls. 5:50 left to go. The Panthers trying to fight back in this one. As the second one, no good, rebounded by Hawks. Outlets ahead to Schrum. 5-point lead for the Blue Jays as Hauser tracks down the loose basketball. Hauser drives into the left elbow, picks up his dribble, bounce pass out front to Jones. Jones back to Hauser. Hauser works against Joel Ford. Ball tipped out by Ty Sides, and it will remain Norton basketball.
Quick hands there by Ty to knock that one out. As just a little cut there, pass. Cut by him, went to toss it up. Sides tips that right out of bounds.
Hauser throws it into the backcourt. Schrum tracks it down. 5.5 to go in this ball game. Schrum behind the back dribble, picks it up. Now looking to pass off from the top of the key. Jones drives in the paint, up and good.
Jeremy Ford slid over there trying to enforce some help defense. Went to take a charge, but didn't even get touched.
3 on its way. No good for Sides. Rebounded by Hawks. His 6th rebound of the ball game. Outlets to Hauser, to Schrum, back to Hauser. Hauser ahead to Jones. Jones to Hawks, out front to Schrum. Schrum going to drive in. Tries to split the defense. He's going to get called for the charge.
Great job there by Jeremy Ford taking that charge. Seen the cut, didn't even move. Went down there, got position against Hawks. Hawks cut across the lane, seen him cut across. Just got in position, took a charge.
Jeremy now leads the team in charges taken. That's his 3rd one on the season. A 7-point ball game, 45-38. The Norton Blue Jays leading the Phillipsburg Panthers. Jeremy Ford, top of the key, 3's on its way. And it rattles in, it hits the front of the iron, bounces up, and falls in.
You don't see him step out and hit a three-pointer very often, but he shows that he has a range to step out there and hit it. Wide open look at a three-pointer.
Just his 2nd attempt from the beyond the arc this season. He missed the first one, so he's already shooting 50% on the season. And now Jones going to get called for the double dribble.
For 50%, I'll take that out of most of my post players, most times stepping out behind the three-point line. So doing a good job that time. He would have missed. I would have still been okay with that shot as a coach, as he's wide open, look at the basket. Might as well try to take it.
Panther basketball after the double dribble called on the Norton Blue Jays. 4:22 left to go in this one. It's a 4-point game. Norton leads 45-41. Sides drives in, picks up his dribble, kicks out front to Leidig. He'll fire up the 3, no good. Rebound tracked down by Hauser. Hauser works against Keaton, bounce pass ahead to Schrum. Schrum drives all the way in, leaves it off for Jones, out front to Hauser. Fakes the 3, gives it to Will Hour inside for Hawks over his head, out of bounds. Panther basketball, just under 4 to play as Hawks takes a seat. Judeman comes into the ball game. 45-41, Norton leads by 4. Sides will bring it up the court, left to right on your radio dial for the Phillipsburg Panthers. Again, they trail by 4, just under 4 to go. Leidig fires up another 3, again no good, rebounded by Schrum. Schrum met in the backcourt by Leidig and Joel Ford ahead to Hauser. Hauser back to Schrum. Across the timeline to Willauer. Willauer back out to Hauser. Hauser, wraparound pass, gets into the hands of Ryan Schrum, now to Jones. They look inside for Juneman, can't quite get it to him as Jones dribbles back out, picks up his dribble to Willauer, right wing. 3:23 and counting left to go, and Norton leads 45-41. Hauser bounce pass to Jones left corner, out to Willauer. Willauer back to Jones left corner, 3's on its way, no good, misses that one, rebounded by Sides. Sides, bounce pass ahead to Ford. Joel down to Leidig. Leidig again open for three. Again puts it up. Again, no good. And it's rebounded this time by Hauser. Jump ball going to be called as Ty Sides got his hands on it. Panther basketball as Jesse Blackburn comes in. Ethan Leidig going to take a seat. Also, Drake Harding back in for the Norton Blue Jays, and Matt Willauer going to take a seat. Sides will inbound for the Panthers, down by 4. Blackburn has it. He drives in, kicks out front to Keaton. Keaton back to Sides. 2:55 and counting left to play. Phillipsburg leads 45-41. Or Norton leads Phillipsburg, I should say, 45-41. As Joel Ford drives the baseline, lost it out of bounds. Blue Jay basketball.
Joel Ford trying to take the baseline there. Good defense. Let him kind of come into him, step back, and then Joel just lost the ball out of bounds.
2:44 left to go, 45-41. Schrum then gets it tipped out by Joel Ford as Harding was trying to get it back to Schrum. So it remains Norton basketball. 2:42 left to play. Norton leads by 4, 45-41. A full court pressure put on by the Panthers. Schrum has it. Brings it across the timeline, drives all the way down to the right elbow, kicks it out front to Hauser. Hauser to the right wing to Harding. Harding on the dribble, picks it up, guarded tightly by Keaton, looking to pass. Finds Schrum up there and good, counted. He's on the line for an and one.
Good job there being patient, trying to find an open player. Schrum cutting towards the basket, got open just for a split second, got a pass into him. Goes up, has a defender on his back, because it was Blackburn on the back, trying to go for the block from behind, but catching him on the arm.
Jesse picks up his second personal foul. 5th Panthers team foul. Shot no good, rebounded by Blackburn. Blackburn brings it up the court, picked up by Schrum, down to the right corner to Keaton. Keaton on the dribble up to the right wing, out front to Ford, now decides left wing. He'll fire up the deep three, and it's good! Sides gets the three, and a timeout called. We'll take one with them. 2:10 left to play. Norton leads by 3, 47-44. You're listening to Panther Basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web. Norton leads Phillipsburg 47-44. Full court pressure by the Panthers. Schrum, Hauser, Harding, Jones, and Juneman for the Blue Jays as Blackburn tips it. Ford comes away with the steal. Sides fakes the three, now looking to pass off. Gets it out front to Jeremy Ford. Now back to Sides. Sides gets the screen from Jeremy. Drives all the way in, left block up, left is short. It's rebounded by Hauser. Blackburn, Sides, Ford, and Rodriguez for the Panthers as Jones gets the tip pass. Ahead now to Schrum. Minute 38 and counting left to go. Down to Juneman in the right corner. Juneman dribbles out. Ahead to Jones, down to Harding left wing. Harding dribbles out top of the key. Dribbles back out between the circles. Just under a minute and a half left to go. They find Schrum on the baseline. Schrum back out to Hauser. Minute 24 and counting left to go. Back to Schrum. Schrum going to be fouled by Blackburn. That's Jesse's third. 6th Panthers team foul. Minute 20 left to play here in this ball game. Norton leads 47-44. Blue Jays going to have to inbound here. Again, that's just the 6th team foul on the Panthers. Looks like Hauser going to inbound. Ethan Lyda getting set to come back in. And Jesse Blackburn going to take a seat. Also, Kagan Keaton coming back in. And Rad Rodriguez going to take a seat. Hauser to inbound for the Blue Jays. Goes in the backcourt to Schrum. Minute 18 and counting left to go. Joel Ford meets Schrum at half court. Down to the right wing to Jones. Jones looks inside for Juneman. Jones on the dribble, guarded by Ty Sides. Ty tipped it out, but tracked down by Jones in the center circle. Now to Schrum. Schrum drives into the paint, kicks it out front to Harding. Harding drives in, one-handed scoop pass to Jones. Jones dribbles out front. Panthers trying to get the ball. They do. It's Kagan Keaton coming away with the steal. Ahead to Sides. Sides behind the defense. Layup is good.
Sides quickly explodes the other way, gets down the court quickly, gets up for the layup.
Panthers trail by one, 47-46. Strum on the drive with 42 seconds left to go. Picks up his dribble now to Harding. Back and kicked around. Ford comes away with it. Kicks it into the hands of Kagan Keaton. And a timeout going to be called by Coach Sides. Panther basketball with 35 seconds left to go in this ballgame. Norton leads 47-46. We'll take the timeout with them as you're listening to Panther basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web. (47-46). The Norton Blue Jays lead the Phillipsburg Panthers. 35.4 seconds left to go in this ball game, and will be Panther basketball out of the timeout. As what a great game this has been, Robbie. As Norton had a big lead, Phillipsburg fought back to have a big lead. Then Norton came back and they took the lead here into the fourth quarter, and now it's just a one-point game, and it's coming down to the final seconds.
And you know the Panthers, they're going to try to probably hold out for maybe that one shot. As for the Blue Jays, they're either going to go for a quick steal or they're just going to try to keep their hands in front of the Panthers to make sure that they can't get an easy shot at the basket as well.
Leidig, Sides, Keaton, and the Ford twins for the Panthers as Ty brings it up the court. It's met at half court, now ahead to Leidig. Leidig hands it off to Keaton. Keaton on the dribble, hands it off to Joel Ford. Ford back to Keaton, 23 seconds left, hands it off to Sides. Sides drives, step back three, no good, rebounded by Drake Harding. And a foul going to be called here. Foul's going to be on Ethan Leidig, his second. 7th Panthers team foul, so Harding will head to the free throw line. He'll shoot 1 and 1.
Harding got the rebound and instantly was fouled by Leidig. I'm sure that was talked about in the timeout there as well. If we miss a shot, someone's got to foul him instantly, and Leidig quickly getting that foul to stop the clock.
Coach Sides wants a timeout. We'll take a timeout with him. 15.8 seconds left. Drake Harding will be shooting 1 and 1 when we come back. You're listening to Panther basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web. Welcome back to Stoll Gymnasium. Jesse Ray alongside Robbie Gibson. 47-46. The Norton Blue Jays lead the Phillipsburg Panthers by 1. 15.8 seconds left, and Drake Harding, a 67% free throw shooter on the season, steps up to the line for his 1 and 1. First end getting set here. It's on its way, and it is good. Harding's got 4 points, and it puts the Blue Jays up by 2. 48-46. 15.8 seconds left to go in this one. Harding getting set for the second one, on its way. That one is no good. Rebound put back by Anderson's good. As now a turnover and a foul going to be called here on the Panthers. It's Harding a little slow to get up as he's taken a beating the last couple possessions here as he got the hard foul down here at the other end. Now he's heading to the free throw line again as he got hard fouled again over on the sideline.
I think the second time it was a little bit of just kind of ran into each other on that one as, well, there we go. Size is the one that got called for that one as he kind of just ran into him there. Not really going too much intentional on it, just runs into him.
Harding hits the first one. Makes it 51-46, a 5-point Norton Blue Jay lead. 10.5 seconds left to go as Harding getting set for the second one. It is up and it is good. Timeout called. We'll take one with him as Coach Rusink wants to make sure his guys know the plan for the final 10.5 seconds as they lead 52-46. You're listening to Panther Basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web. .5 seconds left to play. The Norton Blue Jays lead the Phillipsburg Panthers 52-46. Ethan Leidig, Kagan Keaton, Ty Sides, and the Ford twins for the Panthers. Willauer, Harding, Juneman, along with Jones and Schrum for the Blue Jays. Leidig inbounds the sides. Ty quickly up the court, splits the defense, stops and pops top of the key. No good off the back of the iron. Put back by Sides, no good. Rebounded by Harding. And he's just going to hold on to this one, as that is going to do it. The Blue Jays make the full comeback. They win 52-46. We'll be right back to wrap this game up for you as you've been listening to Panther Basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web.